Luma Island is a multiplayer adventure game that combines farming, crafting, and exploration. Players can take on roles such as farming, blacksmithing, dungeon exploring, and more. So join me as I dive into this world, uncover its secrets, and see what kind of adventure awaits us. So let's begin. Alright, so the very first thing we did, of course, character creation. And I'm very surprised to see that I can actually cosplay as Luffy here. So of course, I picked this outfit as my outfit. On day 1, I decided to do the tutorial first because I had no idea how to play this game. On this box right here, we receive a copper axe. And with this axe, we can cut stuff like grass, wood, and chop trees. You can see on the upper right my quest, and currently we're trying to chop down the farm tree in order to receive some farm wood. And by doing so, we have received or unlocked new recipes like the sawmill and the planks. So I picked up a blueprint just besides my house and started making the sawmill in order to make some planks. But the problem was I only had like 1 wood. I needed to chop more wood. So a couple of chopping later, it was now time to finish our sawmill. And so I just needed to like insert the wood required to finish this thing. And now that it's finished, we can now make some farm planks. And yeah, I only had 1 wood, so I can only make like 1 farm plank. Next up, I then was tasked to pick up a copper pickaxe. So with this, we can now gather some rocks, ores, and crystals. For now, I gathered a bunch of stones because that's what my quest is wanting me to do. Now it is asking me to craft a kiln. So that's what we're doing next. And since it required like a bunch of... I then made like 2 extra farm plank as the kiln needed like 3 of them. And once it was done, we can now make stuff like the charcoal, farm fertilizer, and other stuff that required the kiln. Also, while randomly like mining a boulder, I suddenly got like a rare item called a farm meteorite. Its use is just to sell to the shops in town, and it's worth like 750 gold. I guess I struck gold. Next thing I made was a ore smelter. And with this, we have finished all the tutorial quests that we had. So now for our main quest, we need to visit the town hall. Also, I picked up another tool in one of the boxes which contained like the copper hoe and a watering can. I didn't really know where the town hall was, so I ended up journeying around the area and I found myself a bug net and a fishing rod. So now we can catch some bugs, use the bugs in the fishing rod as bait, and catch some fish. I thought that maybe with the bug net I could catch this little rat right here, but I was mistaken. As I explored through the surroundings, I found a bunch of random items like mushrooms, also occasionally caught some caterpillars for bait. And sometimes I see some rocks like with a scroll on them. They usually contain a lot of items. It's like a treasure box, I guess. But instead of a treasure chest, it's like a rock with a scroll on it. Also, look at this thing. We found something called a tepid offering crystal. It's used for an ancient mechanism somewhere in the farm, which I don't know where. So yeah, let's leave it for the future. And now I tried out fishing. It's pretty simple. You just cast your bait and your fishing rod to a water. Then a fish will notice your attempt on catching it. And then you basically just try to like catch the fish. By controlling your tackle, you try to like play tag with the fish. I'm not really understanding what's happening right here, but I assume that's what it means. And after you're done, you just need to reel in the fish and you will have caught the fish. So we have caught a silver snapper. And since it was already late, I decided to sleep for the day. Alright, day 2. I continued exploring all over the place, gathering everything that I can gather. Still haven't found out where is the freaking town hall. And while running around near my farm, I found yet another box. And this box contained a copper whip. So now I feel like an Indiana Jones going on a treasure hunting adventure. So just look at this thing in action. Amazing. Anyways, I finally located where to go in order to get to the town. It was that close to my farm. So yeah, I spoke to most of the people that were here. I also found an anvil where I can upgrade my tools. So that's something to look forward to. I didn't have these token looking things that look like a hammer though. Also, it looks like this is the blueprint shop where we can like make stuff. So I bought a simple workbench blueprint so we can make it at base. Also, I finally arrived at the town hall. Here, we can decide what kind of profession we want to do in this game. It's free for the first one. I'm not really sure how much it costs to pick the second one. Anyways, I decided to pick the blacksmith. I was thinking that blacksmith equals good equipment equals having a better time at this game because we will have like good equipments, faster mining, faster chopping, and you know, blacksmith stuff. So yeah, after picking this thing, I am now a novice blacksmith. And in order to have another profession, I need to pay up like 500 gold. So it's not that bad. We can actually get one once we have collected enough gold. We can even sell our farm meteorite that we got like earlier in order to pay the money to get like our second profession. Anyways, my quest wanted me to talk to this person right here called Sylvia. So he taught me that 3 rules to spelunking. I should stay away from spiders, memorize my path, and always have a torch. So yeah, for her first task for me, the novice blacksmith, she wants me to craft a weight. All we really need to do is follow the quest and we'll eventually craft the weight that she wants me to craft. Maybe after doing this quest, we'll get promoted to like an amateur blacksmith or a blacksmith. I don't know. And so I'm still pretty lost on what to do. I just decided to clean out the farm. Actually discovered that there was like a mining shaft just in my farm. So I can just go down there and start mining some stuff. Anyways, remember that we bought a simple workbench recipe. And so I made one. I already have the material after cleaning my farm. Look at that farm. Very clean. Am I right? So for the simple workbench, I didn't really see anything appealing here that I would need, or not yet at least, until I saw the torch. With this, we can start diving inside the cave. And so using some farm wood and some sap, I made myself 2 pieces of the torches. Since I had more materials, I decided to make everything into torches. I then saw a treasure chest that was pretty close to my base. So I chopped down this tree so I was able to access this treasure chest. And inside were just random things that I didn't understand how to use yet. So the spirits are useful in upgrading my tools. Also, I received like 10 tool token from this. So I guess 25 more and we can start upgrading one of our tools. Each action in this game, so let's say I'm chopping down a bush, I would gain like nature spirit. Or chopping down a tree, I would gain nature spirit. And fishing, water spirit. So yeah, you can guess what else we receive from doing other things. On day 3, my agenda today was to make the blacksmith forge. But I didn't really have any more copper to make the copper bar, so it was time to go down. So down here, there were a lot of mushrooms and just pure darkness. So this is where the torch would play a role in giving us a light down here. So it was now time to mine some copper ores in order to make our blacksmith table. Also, I found that there were like these purple crystals here. It's called a mountain crystal rock. One warning though, when you try to mine like a crystal down here, a spider will spawn randomly around here and it will one-shot you and send you back to your farm. I managed to break the crystal though and looted the mountain crystal. Eventually, the spider found its way to me and I should really be careful and run away, but I just decided to just keep farming some rocks because I needed some stones for my blacksmith table. I felt pretty brave that I could maybe just kite this using my whip. So I tried whipping it again and again, but nothing hits for some reason. I guess I'm just really bad at this game. Eventually, the spider caught on and like sent me back to the farm. I went back to the cave and the spider already despawned or disappeared. So I resumed on my journey to collect a bunch of rocks here and also copper. Also, if you mine in complete darkness, the darkness will eat you up. So look at this. I'm not really sure what happens if it completely engulfs you. I never tried, but it's pretty scary to think about it. Now that I had some copper, I just needed some charcoal. And to make charcoal, all you need is straw, which you can get a lot of in bushes. Waiting for the stuff to get processed, I just cleaned up the farm a bit more. And now I started making the blacksmith's forge. Okay, to my surprise, in order to make the cog that we need for our quest, we needed like 4 more copper bars. Dang, I need to visit the mine frequently then. Well, I decided to just spend my time in the farm, like catching stuff in the beach, grabbing stuff in the beach. Just wanted to explore sure, honestly, what else I can find in this game. And while chopping down a tree, I suddenly got like a valuable item. So this thing was called a bronze egg. And just like the meteorite, we can just sell it to the NPC and we'll get like 750 gold. We have some pocket money going on. Also, if you recall the area where we got our whip, there was actually an entrance to a temple there. So I decided to give it a try. Inside were a bunch of puzzles, barrels to destroy, and look at this. Using my whip, I turned on the lever. My whips can also deal with like cobwebs, but it takes a lot of hits because it's only like the most basic whip or the unupgraded whip. Also, as I explored deeper, I encountered a bunch of bats. I'm pretty sure if they hit me just like the spider, they will like return me back to the farm in just one hit. I still tried my best though to kite them, like hit and run away, and it worked out well. I have defeated both the bats. The next room contained a treasure chest I was very happy to open. I've been getting a lot of stuff here, especially the tool tokens. There are also these statues here where I needed to rotate them in order to progress. But yeah, very hard puzzle. Just don't get hit by the fire. While trying to rotate a statue, a sudden like fire just hit me. I'm pretty thankful that I did not return to the farm. It seems that you just restart from when you came in. So that's pretty good. Anyways, after clearing that room, I then found myself an ancient book. We need to collect about, I believe, 4 pieces of these books. So now that we got 1 out of 4, let's go. Also, I found a key here called the Ancient Homestead Key. Not really sure what this is for. I thought it was for the treasure chest just ahead of me, but it turns out it wasn't. I could just easily open it up, and I got myself a mysterious egg. I need something called a Luma incubator though in order to incubate this egg. Then I went to town and sold a bunch of my rare goodies like the bronze egg and some monster loot and the farm meteorite. I now had enough money to upgrade my tools, and I chose to upgrade my copper pickaxe since I'll be diving into the mines a lot more than other things. Also, since I had like extra money, I can choose another profession. I went for the treasure hunter thinking that it will make me rich. Hopefully, I don't regret this choice. Also, I placed down the ancient book that I've recently found at the Lost Library. I've unlocked a few recipes for decorating my farm. Also gave Dr. Archie right here one of the keys that I've found in the tomb or temple. I'm not really sure what to call that place. I think it's a temple. Finally, I spoke to this person right here called Captain Quincy. He's going to be the guy that will be teaching us about treasure hunting. He is a former pirate, now a captain. Yeah, he gave me a dog, recipes for making like workbenches for treasure hunter related things. Also, the dog can sniff out if there's any treasures nearby, so our cute doggy right here will be a very good helper in our treasure hunter journey. Before heading back to my farm, I decided to look all over town and I found a couple of treasure chests. There was honestly a lot here, so I was very happy with the loots that we've gotten. But I'm not really sure what to use all of these things that I've obtained from the treasure chest. But it's always nice to have extra stuff. And inventory in this game, there's unlimited space, so we don't need to worry a thing about inventory management. Anyways, back to the farm, I noticed my dog has been barking on these trees right here. So I cut down everything in the area thinking that there might be treasure here. But I was actually wrong. All you need to do was like head over to your dog and dig the spot that he was barking at and you'll receive some treasures. Nice, our first treasure with the dog. It's awesome. We get like some random stuff and a pirate thread. Also, upon chopping this tree with like a glowing thing underneath it, there's like I don't know, a panel that I can step on that it would light up when I press on it. So it's probably a clue to doing like a certain puzzle here. Could not really figure out what it was, so I then went to the beach and I found a treasure chest right here. So the beach is sometimes full of treasure. From time to time, it will spawn like when the day resets. Or I don't know, just keep a lookout, I guess. Anyways, we're already at our 5th day here and we need to craft something called a treasure hunter's sink. Upon trying to build this thing, it needed copper bars. So I guess we really have no choice but to go to the mines and find some copper. And down I went. I mined a bunch of bronze rubble as well. I was pretty curious what these things are. Of course, it's called a bronze rubble, so it's bronze. I didn't really have a recipe yet to make bronze bars, but I was just curious, so I got it anyways. Anyhow, our main goal, the copper ores. Also, we'll need a lot of copper in order to upgrade our tools as well, so everything here is pretty useful. I just need to make sure that I don't hit any of the purple crystals so we don't summon like the spiders. And while saying that, I hit the purple crystal. I was just, I want to fight the spider to see if I can do better this time with my whip. I was honestly doing great at the first half. I'm not really sure if these spiders even die. Still though, I tried my best. But yeah, I was in a situation where I have trapped the spider. She couldn't move like towards me, but I was too close to the ladder that I mistakenly click it and returned to the farm. Upon going back to the mines, it already despawned, so I have like I'm sad. Anyways, with the copper that I have obtained, I can make like about 4 pieces of bars. It is enough to make the treasure hunter sink, but I just needed to like wait it out. And now we can make something called salvage farm goods using the sunken farm treasure. Next up, I needed to make something called a treasure hunter workbench. I needed even more copper bar for this, so it's time to go back to the mines. Actually, I had enough. Let's go. I just need some planks. So after completing the structure, it seems I can craft something called a pirate's eye patch here, which I can sell to NPCs for 900 gold. So as a treasure hunter, I already found a way to make money on this profession. So that's good. All we need to do now was make some copper magnets so we can fish up some treasure either in the ocean or the rivers. So using 1 copper bar, I can make like 10 copper magnets. And with these magnets, I can get like the sunken treasure thingies. So if you notice in the video, if you ever saw like the bubbling water, that is where we can get the sunken farm treasures. So using my fishing rod, you just need to throw it in the water and then just reel it in and you get the sunken treasure. Usually you can do this like 2 to 3 times before the bubbles disappear. So I just keep spamming my magnets here and like get like all the sunken farm treasure that I can. Now that it's gone, there's basically nothing. But I still got like 1 of the sunken farm treasure. And in order to make the farm goods, I would need something called a fabric. And to make a fabric, we'll need to look around the farm to find cotton. And then with the simple workbench, we can make the fabric. It was here I realized that it was called like treasure hunter sink, right? So we're basically just washing the treasure here, as you can see on the bubbles on the sink. So for some reason, the dog discovered yet another treasure chest at the same spot we had discovered it before. So that's pretty awesome. I marked this with my hoe so I can keep going here in hopes that a treasure chest will spawn again. And while exploring around the farm, my dog found yet another treasure chest. This made me very happy that this dog is super helpful. Like, oh my god, another treasure chest. Let's go. We now have like 67 tool token. We just need money to upgrade our gears. So going back to our quest, I can now make myself something called the pirate eye patch. So selling this, we will yield like 900 coins and we can upgrade our tools by then. So this is awesome. The next day, I was right. The dog at the same spot again found another treasure chest. Amazing. Let's go. We have an unlimited amount of treasure every day. We just keep going to the same spot over and over again. But I think I was wrong. The other treasure chest that I found was here and the dog wasn't reacting to anything. So I guess it's basically RNG, but in the same spot. I got really lucky that it appeared 3 times in a row at the same spot for me. Anyways, my goal for today was just to chill. I just basically did all random things that I can do in the farm, like fishing for treasures that my dog sniffed. Let's go. Foraging a bunch of random goodies on the floor, like this flower right here. For some dang reason, I can't pick it up. There we go. Also picked up a bunch of treasure chests on display, not the buried treasure chest. When I was done with all my shenanigans, I then went to town to sell the pirate eye patch and also the other stuff that I can sell. Now that we had some money, I bought myself a Luma incubator. I actually wanted to upgrade some of my gears, but I was lacking in copper bars. So you know what that means. Back to the cave we go. I had a lot of torches this time because I had the opportunity to just explore the farm. So now we had like 10 torches on hand, and this should really provide us with a lot of lighting down there. And so let the copper farm begin. This is gonna take a while, but our copper pickaxe has like level 2 right now, so it should have like increased damage and way faster than before. But yeah, it's still pretty slow. We'll need to upgrade it a lot. And then I met with Mr. Spider again, but yeah, this time I felt like I can handle this. But I really feel like I'm doing no damage at all, and its purpose is just to eat me up alive. So yeah, we got trapped here and back to the farm. I did manage to collect a lot of copper ores though. I was able to make like 10 copper bars. Anyways, remember the glowing light under the trees? I decided to chop them down to see if it's the same as the other tree that has like the glowing thingy on the ground. And I was right. So I chopped down all the trees that was glowing underneath it and then pressed on all the thingy panel and got myself a treasure chest. Let's go. It's finally time to make the Luma incubator, as I was very curious to find out what kind of creature will come out of the egg that we have obtained earlier. I then went to town and upgraded my copper pickaxe into level 4. With this, it should be really easy to mine now, or at least faster. Afterwards, I just went around my farm discovering new things and also foraging some cotton plants. I needed more cotton in order to make more fabric, in order to make more salvage goods. Right now, I wanted money and I needed more salvage good to make the pirate stuff, and with the pirate stuff, I would like make more money. Totally missed this when I went to the temple for the first time, but there's actually a treasure box besides it, and I got it. Next up, I found a rock with the panel underneath it. Similar to the tree, I think it's a puzzle, and once we've located all the rocks with these kind of things, we can get the treasure chest around here. My next quest wanted me to make something called a pirate legs, but I did not know where to get this thing called a Luma energy. On the description, it says to throw Luma some food or pet our Lumas every day. It will provide you like 1 to 2 orbs. 1 orb for petting, 1 orb for feeding. Is that something that we need to do in order to get those orbs, so we can resume our quest of our novice pirate profession. Anyways, after I gathered all the materials, I now had the Luma incubator. I had a hard time figuring out how this works. I just don't understand. So basically, you need to make something like a Luma life using some of the spirits you have obtained throughout the game. And once that was done, it was now time to craft a mysterious creature using our egg and the Luma life that we have. For the mysterious creature, it is called a Luma worm. It's a worm with a balloon that will follow you around, and that's about it. It has no special effects. It's just a worm with a balloon that follows you around. So I patted my worm and it gave me Luma energy. I also haven't figured out how to really throw the food, but it's actually just the R button. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed your stay here. I'm planning to continue this series up till like day 100 so we can make a 100-day video. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified when I post a video. Bye now!